The Danger Boy 450 debut saga continues. Hey everybody, Walty Wanderers, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. Let's jump back on the moto merry-go-round and examine the good, the bad, and maybe a little bit of the ugly.
No, Walty, not the ugly. Only examine rainbows and sunshine and how we have to get rid of tough blocks.
No. Somebody's got to read between the lines and look. Between the industry cracks, we got some industry cracks to look through today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. So, Danger Boy Deegs, welcome back to the swimming pool. Danger Boy Deegs is clearly now the big, I don't want to say he's the face of the sport because I don't think the industry likes him. I don't think the industry likes Danger. At first they did because we needed the opposition to the Wonder Boy, the chosen one, the Moto Messiah, Jet Lawrence. As pure as the driven snow, we needed a bad boy and the good boy and some kind of rivalry. It was playing right into their hand. They loved it. And they're still going to try to love it as much as they can. But Danger Boy Deegs comes from he's cut from a different cloth. His dad got burned by the industry. And while hey, listen, they're not idiots. They're like, dude, there's money to be made. We're going to go make it. We're going to play by the rules to get it. But as soon as we're capable to break free of that, then we can take our gloves off and have more freedom to be ourselves. But even with that being said, Danger Boy, they've never really compromised on who they are. They just really made sure that they didn't break the rules to the point where they ruffled the industry's feathers. Unfortunately, now they've grown so big. And they've brought this element of pushback to them that is clearly take no prisoners. Danger Boy, they can't contain him. He's getting arrested. He's cleaning people out. He's saying on the press conferences that he's going to ride clean, and he goes and rides about as dirty as we've seen anybody ride. And it's entertaining. At the end of the day, this is an entertainment, gladiator games, blood sport, modern day, Colosseum type of stuff, right? Like this is Roman times, gladiator games, modern day. And so, to expect, that's what really bugs me is them trying to spin this to make it seem all fluffy and rainbows and sunshine and ball sportish when it's the furthest thing from the truth. It's in fact the polar opposite. It's the exact opposite. But they want to sell bikes and tickets and make money. And they think people are dumb, and this is how they can spoon feed it to the masses and basically get people to buy into this thing. Just make it a gladiator games, blood sport stuff. Don't try to spin it. But they will. They are. And it's not working. It is not working. Eventually, mark my words. If I was a betting man, Bubba, which I'm not, I would say eventually they're going to go back to saying this is gladiator games, blood sport. But the challenge is this. It's getting so dangerous at some point, leadership, government, whoever, somebody's going to step in and say,
this is getting too dangerous. You guys got to move to like the electric bikes or something.
This is gladiator games, blood sport. We now live in a woke society, and we can't have that anymore. We need you pushing Pride Month and things like that. Oh, wait, that's already happening, isn't it? It is. So that segues us into Meet the Deegans. The Deegans are God, family, and America. That's it. They do not dig the woke agenda. They do not dig the watered down industry. They do not like the direction that it's going. And even if they did, they're still going to do their own thing. And here's where it gets interesting. So Danger Boy Deegs is going to race World Supercross. He crossed the picket line. The Jet's not crossing the picket line and doing World. Why? Because the industry, he's got them bought and paid for. They don't have Danger Boy bought and paid for. They tried to get him bought and paid for it. Maybe it was at some point. But at this point, the gloves are off. And I think what's happening right now is they're going, hey, we need to maximize return on investment with Danger Boy. And for us to just go debut the 450, because the natural progression is riders go 450, but this is a different animal because Danger Boy is he's really can move the needle in terms of the industry and the sport, its growth. So for them to be able to say, finally, here it is, Danger Boy's debuting the 450, the first time you're ever going to see him on a 450, right here in the outdoors, or he's going to do a supercar, whatever, when and wherever he does it, if it's in their series, that is huge. But my guess is if I'm Danger Boy's business manager, I'm saying, dude, we can make money off of where he debuts this 450. In fact, the place we can do it is World Supercross. I mean, World Supercross right now, they're just trying to get themselves on the map. So they're paying a lot of riders guaranteed money. And that's why I think Danger, I'm sure he got a pretty significant payday. He might be getting paid more than some of our other guys, the Roxons, the Tomacs, the Webbs. I mean, they probably paid Danger as much, if not more, or there's a good chance right now, but I mean, it could be announced by the time this video is released, is Danger, my guess is you could go to World and say, hey, this is what you need. This is something that's going to really accomplish your goal. Is if you have Danger Boy debut the 450 over at your series, that would be a game. It's going to do much better than Vince Friese on an electric bike World Supercross. If you can get Danger Boy Deegs to debut that 450 over at World Supercross, it's a game changer. Throw in the fact not that Daniel Blair is going to make or break that series, but it certainly could be, because it's going to bring the feel of what we already had by having Daniel and Ralph there. This is genius. This is actually borderline genius. I mean, this is what they tried to do initially and fumbled the ball. Sorry about that. I used to use Ball Sports to reference our sport, which I try not to do these days because I don't dig it. But this was just a metaphor. I wasn't like pushing some weird agenda to try to appeal to any ball sport watchers out there. I just happen to enjoy ball sports, but I know Gladiator Games blood sport is much different than football. Apparently, our industry does not. They do. They're just juicing it. But this is an absolute huge moment right now about to take place. I mean, there are suits of people that don't know how to ride in conference rooms right now who control your sport, the way we watch it. And they're talking about exactly what's going on right now. And they know this is going to be huge. And they're talking right now, hey, this playoff thing might not be enough to keep guys from going over to crossing the picket line, which it clearly is not. We're going to have to probably get into paying them more in profit sharing, because we all know it's super lopsided on the structure of the payouts. So this is getting interesting, to say the least. But what I really want to do today, if you're new, get subscribed. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, today. There's never been a more important time in moto history to get centered and surrounded with like-minded moto people, where iron can sharpen some iron. We're going to sharpen a little iron today. We did some polling. We asked, should Danger Boy debut the 450 over at World Supercross? Let's jump over and take a look at that polling, maybe even take a lap around some of the comments, and we're going to meet back here and wrap it up. Let's get started. All right, race fans, buckle up, strap in, roll up your windows, lock your doors, throw on an open face and a fresh pair of tear-offs, because the roost is about to fly. When asked on the Walty Wanderers community page of the YouTube channel, should Danger Boy debut the 450 at World Supercross? 85% of you, the majority, said, yeah, what's up, Danger Boy? Debut it over there at World, my brother. While 15% of you said, no, bro. Don't do it. It could be dangerous. Well, it's Danger Boy Deegs. Let's go ahead and jump into the comments and see what's going on there. Tim Cross rolls up to the starting gate rocking his open face and comes in with, yes, to prove to the industry, he's not in their pocket. Boom, and there it is there. Thanks for the comment. Let's see who's up next. Shepherd Official pulls a tear off and comes in with, nah, save it for A1, and then Greg Mulford comes in and throws the block pass and goes anywhere but the AMA Nationals. Boom, and there it is there. Thanks for the comment. Let's see who's up next. John Baker clicks gears, gets a little whiskey throttle, and comes in with, whoever's willing to pay him the most money is the answer. Boom, and there it is there. Our point exactly. Thanks for the comment. Let's see who's up next. Last but certainly not least, John Coe crosses the finish line, lights the candles, gets the Bubba neckburn, and comes in with, honestly, I don't even know how or where to watch World Supercross. Boom, and there it is there. If Danger Boy comes in with a 450, I'm sure you'll figure it out, my friend. Thanks to everybody who participated. Make sure you guys jump in there and read the rest, but bring your tear-offs. The roost tends to fly. Now let's jump back to the studio and wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back, and there you go. So, yeah, Danger Boy, definitely. This makes perfect sense. This is something I could almost guarantee with a high level of certainty As somebody who's worked in the industry knee deep and knows the politics of it and how much worse it's probably gotten since I was in the industry at the level I worked in it. The Deegan camp is right now definitely, if I had to bet, Bubba, negotiating with World Supercross a price tag or how just legally they could structure an agreement to have them race the 450 and debut it over at their series. Guaranteed, without a shadow of a doubt. And I don't think Danger cares. In fact, I believe right now he's riding that 450. He's probably all he's riding right now is the 450. He probably do a little testing on the 250 if in fact he shows up at A1 and races the lights class, which he probably will. But the most of his time right now is all 450 seat time. He already knows how to ride the 250. Why keep testing the 250? No, it's time to start testing the 450. He'll spin some laps and make sure the bike setup is right if he's going to do the 250 West Coast full series. Otherwise, he's just going to be on a 450 from now moving forward. And final thoughts. I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a moto guy. I want to see you not only win on the track, off the track. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. They're shark infested. Danger Boy Deegs, welcome to the swimming pool. Dude, here's my advice. You need to debut the 450 over at World. And it doesn't matter. Jet's not going to be there. In fact, it's the perfect scenario. You need to race it somewhere where Jet is not. You need to shake out the cobwebs on this thing against a field that you potentially could go in and guaranteed podium, if not even win. If you go out and beat Kenny and Eli and Cooper Webb, Jet's going to notice. And then it's going to be this huge, huge buildup, which our series will be stoked. They will benefit from that, but they won't be able to claim you out as finally we get to see the Danger Boy Deegs debut the 450. I hope you're listening, Danger Boy, because this is the exact move you should make. Otherwise, Walty's going to be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media link in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there. Check Walty Wanders MX on Instagram. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.